Hey, today I'd like to share with you an exercise that I learned yesterday during a lesson. And the goal of this exercise is to help you develop core, which is the subject of most of my lessons right now, developing core in the low register. So if you think of the low register, what do most people tell you about it? They say, "Oh, it's big, it's open, it's wide, it's broad." Um, but sometimes people don't tell you that it should be thick, that it should have substance, that it should have, a lot of core. That's the buzzword right now, core. So what does that look like? How can we visualize that? Well, I have two objects here. This is a reel of tape, and it's open in the middle. It's missing something. What's it missing? Core. This is a ball, and this has mass. This has substance in the middle of it. It's not hollow like this. So if your sound is like mine, at some point in time, it's probably sounded a little bit hollow. And somebody said to you, "Hey, we're missing a little bit of core in your low register." Well, how do you achieve that core that goes inside this nice open sound? Well, I'm going to show you an exercise that was given to me yesterday and that the teacher said he noticed a remarkable difference just in, an hour's time frame. So we used a Bordoni melody. If you don't know the Bordoni melody that we used, I'm going to show you a very, very basic melody, Frère Jacques. We're just going to use the first three notes of Frère Jacques for this video. The Bordoni melody, if you wanted to know, and if you wanted to do this at home using the same concepts that I'm about to demonstrate, here's the Bordoni melody that we used. That's the melody I used in the lesson, and that's the melody I use in my own practice. But for the sake of this video, I want to shrink it down and make it extremely accessible to everybody. So, this is geared towards bass trombonists. So if you're a tenor trombonist watching this video, you might still learn something, but the exercise is going to be a little difficult for you to accomplish. So get your bass trombone. We're going to play the first three notes of Frère Jacques, which is just three notes in a row going up the scale. That's it. We're not going any further than that. We don't need to. This exercise is really basic, it's really focused, and it's really simple. So we're going to play that melody in the pedal register because that's what we're focusing on, chord development in the low register. Now we're going to take the slide off, the outer slide, and we're going to play the same three notes, nice and slow, and we really need to get the intonation perfect, or at least as close as we can. It's not going to be so easy because the slide lets you slot notes, but without the slide, it's like a really long mouthpiece buzzing exercise. It sounds kind of funky, right? It doesn't feel like you're accomplishing much, but think of this as a really large mouthpiece buzzing. So in the previous video, I showed you that I was developing core in the middle and low-ish register by using free buzzing. Well, I can't free buzz a pedal B flat and lower, but taking the outer slide off, I can accomplish the exact same objective of that exercise. So let's do this a couple times. I'm going to keep playing this and keep buzzing this, and I want you to really listen and see if you can notice a difference. And if you're following along at home, take your time, mute the video, do the pedal register thing, do the slide thing, and record it. Because I want you to know, I want you to find a difference. If you can hear the difference, you're doing it right, because we're trying to focus and narrow in the sound when it's really difficult to narrow in the sound, because the closer we can get it without the full equipment, the easier it's going to be to accomplish when we have the full equipment assembled and ready for us to use. Do you notice a difference? I notice a slight difference. I notice that it feels a little bit easier for me to play those notes, and the core is a little bit more present. Obviously, it's not going to just fix my issue like that after, doing this exercise for a total of, 15 minutes now I've done this exercise. It's not going to be an overnight fix. This is still going to take, days, weeks, months, like everything else on an instrument. So give this a shot. Choose whatever melody you like. It needs to be slow, and you need to be able to hit it without the outer slide being on the trombone. I'll quickly demonstrate this Bordoni melody if you're looking for something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more advanced. Let's give that a go. Now I have trouble memorizing this melody, but that's just me. Let's do this melody nice and slow. We're just going to do the first two measures. So dee da da dee dom, da 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 dee dom. We're just going to do that on the horn and then without the outer slide. I noticed especially on that pedal D, it's sounding a little thicker. We like that. So I'm going to do this a couple more times. We're going to see how much progress we can make, or how centered we can get this sound to be, and then we'll come back and discuss. So it's not perfect per se, but I think it's a little bit better. So keep doing stuff like this. If you can't play this melody because it's too low for you, find a very easy, very glissandi melody that you can play slowly that you can do on the instrument. It doesn't even need to be a melody. You can just play whatever pedal notes that you can. So let's say, for instance, you're trying to extend and you can play pedal B flat only right now. That's okay. Let me show you what this might look like. If you go back to some of my previous videos and you listen to me play some pedal tones, you might notice that now it sounds a little bit gnarly, or it's got a little bit more punch, a little bit more core, if you will. And I think the exercises like this are going to continue to help me in my search for more core. And I think they might help you if you're in a similar situation to me, where your sound is very round and sort of hollow sounding. Give this a shot. If you notice that this exercise makes you tighten up too much, or you notice that with any kind of free buzzing or mouthpiece playing that you lose that openness and you don't achieve core, the only thing that you achieve is something tight like this. Don't do this exercise anymore, okay? Free buzzing and exercises that cause you to kind of narrow in the focus of your airstream are meant for players that have already a very round sound and they're missing the core. If your sound is already kind of pinched and tight, you do not need to be doing exercises like this, in my opinion. Somebody out there may say that they helped them a lot, but for me, I don't think that would help me. Okay? Give this a shot. Tell me how you like it. Tell me if you hate it. Tell me if you love it. Send me a video of you playing a melody, because maybe it's more interesting than the Bordoni that everybody has played a million times. So if you've got a cool melody and it's nice and lyrical and it helps you in this pedal register and it keeps you engaged, share it with me. I'd love to try it out for myself. Happy practicing and see you next time.